Okay. So let's get started. So once again, for any of you that are just joining, that have just joined us, welcome to our Elevation Guild Daisy Live. We do these calls every week on Tuesdays at this time. We may adjust them in the future, but we'll send out announcements. And before we get started, I just want to let you know quickly, we did not do Daisy Live last week. So for any of you that tried to attend and didn't see the announcement, we definitely apologize for that. But the reason why I would like to share that is because actually during the time that we were to do the call, both Bren and I were looking after really kind of the overall purpose of all of this work that we do. And we were looking after our well-being. We were having stem cell protocol and surgery. And the reason why I share that is because that is our overall mission and hope in everything that we do here in Elevation Guild, is to empower each of you to do that same thing. And also the other reason that I'd like to share that little tidbit of our personal story is that we truly do everything that we share with you, whether it's the opportunities, the finance, or just overall in general in life. We do what we say. We only share what we are actually doing ourselves. And in the opportunities and the financial aspect, we've always tested and vetted them before we're even sharing them with you. So thank you for listening to that little tidbit. I thought that was valuable to share with you. And we will go ahead and get started. So today, we are here to share with you an incredible opportunity that Bren and I have been a part of since before launch over 2 years ago. And it's just been exceptional. So we're excited to share it with you. Daisy and the project within Endotech is truly where passive income meets artificial intelligence trading and equity crowdfunding. Let's start with the benefits, the direct benefits to you, the exceptional, fascinating results. And we've crossed 800% so timely, right around the 1 year mark of the Daisy Forex Fund being live. So we are at over 817% growth. This is total compounding growth in just over a year. And on the left, you can see the screen capture. We start with that to just really let you know that what we're sharing with you here today, this is what's possible. This is the proof of concept, proof of what's happening right now. As a disclaimer, past performance does not guarantee future results, but it's a pretty powerful example of what is possible. Let's make sure that we have realistic expectations. It is a trading fund, so artificial intelligence or manual trading, you can only take from the market what is there. So that's realistic expectations and disclaimer in that aspect. And this is a crowdfunding. Participating in the crowdfunding campaign is a contribution towards this AI algorithms development and testing by Endotech. And yes, here's the full disclaimer for you. So imagine what's possible if you could earn reliable compounding profits through fully audited systems. Today, we're going to talk about this next generation crypto, Forex, artificial intelligence trading, the trading performance track record, Dr. Anna Becker, her bio and credibility, Endotech, the vision, Daisy. What is Daisy? Your benefits, the equity and the passive income potential for you, the Daisy crowdfunding model and how it works, and onboarding step-by-step video guidance for you. So this next generation AI trading has truly never been done before. It's using artificial intelligence to take successful trading systems to the next level. And to the next level really doesn't describe it. It's multiple levels. It's out into the stratosphere. Their goal is to create the #1 AI trading performance in all major markets. It is being developed by Endotech, a breakthrough AI company founded and led by Dr. Anna Becker. Previously only available to quant hedge funds and large institutional investors, it is now available to the masses because of what we are doing here, and you're going to hear all about it. So let's dive into this Forex AI. It was fully launched in April of 2022. It's high frequency trading, averaging 4.4% a week with new AI strategies in development all the time. Over 817, as we mentioned right at the beginning, profits, total compounding profits in just over 1 year, developed by Dr. Anna Becker and her team of quant scientists. A little deeper into the details of the fund, it is diversified trading strategies. So there's some strategies that open and close trades quite quickly within minutes, some within hours, and some are longer over days and even over weeks. The other diversification is currency. So it trades the major Forex pairs and precious metals, gold and silver, a combination of those. There is intensive multi-layered risk management. So just to give you a bit of insight into what that means, of course, there's risk management with the strategies, stop losses, limiters, etc. But each one of the currencies that are being traded are segmented into their own sub account. And then further on, there's segmentation, again, for risk management into each strategy has its own account. And then even further, the buys have their own sub account and the sells have their own sub account. What this means for you is that there is no one trade, no one currency, or no one strategy that could affect the greater portion of the fund. So always thinking of risk management and protecting the overall money, which is each of your money as you get started. Less than 15% drawdown we've seen, and that was a one-time incident. And typically it's 1 to 3%, which is extremely low for large funds or small funds. And it's definitely not over leveraged at all. They use a leverage of 1 to 50 and as low as 1 to 10. Let's talk about Dr. Anna Becker. And just before I get into some of the highlights that we chose to share with you in this presentation, since I was just talking about risk management, when you hear her speak, we both think it's a really good idea that you do dive into some of the research that we share, and even just go ahead and seek out any information you can on Dr. Anna Becker, because one of her priorities is always protecting the money. She has a theory that she uses. It's a triple H theory, and in order to get high rewards, high profits, you have to have high risk, but you also have to have high risk management. And so that is knowing that hopefully builds your confidence and trust that she has uh, protecting the fund at her top priority at all times. Her team of AI scientists have more than 20 proprietary systems in operation and serve as the AI investing backbone of trading at more than 150 investment firms across US, Europe, and Asia. Fun fact, at the age of 20, she found an approximation algorithm by a factor of 2, which now has worldwide applications in operating and database systems. So she's been longstanding, brilliant, acting on her genius, and accomplishing really cool things. She has a PhD in artificial intelligence from the Technion Institute and has founded and sold several AI companies in the fintech space. He's been recognized for over 25 years as a pioneer and leading scientist in the field of AI and financial technology. Her publications have been distributed and integrated into many of the leading AI financial circles across Europe and America. And her deep learning algorithms manage over $1 billion of investment assets under management and have been deployed in managing institutional monies for more than a decade. let's talk about Endotech. You can have a look at Endotech and what they're all about at endotech.io on their website. And it is a good idea to do your own due diligence and get a feel for the company by going there. 200 million AI fintech company with a $2 billion, greater than $2 billion valuation. That number was from beginning of September last year. They were founded in 2012 in Israel and are the first true SaaS, software as a service solution, in the field of AI-driven automated trading. They help retail and institutional investors harness the power of AI algorithms to capitalize on the market volatility. Currently, they're providing trading systems, AI trading systems for top financial institutions, hedge fund managers, and accredited investors. Their IPO is targeted for this year, may push forward to next year. Their target is 500 million assets under management, and they're audited by one of the big four, Ernst & Young. They have a proven track record of high performance results. And hundreds of thousands of investors are now tapping into institutional grade solutions, previously only accessible to quant hedge funds and large institutional investors. It's a good time to note that when you do go and do your due diligence and check out their website, it's all crypto that's available to their direct clients over there. The Forex fund that we speak of throughout this presentation is only available through Daisy. The vision: to create the world's leading AI trading performance in multiple major financial markets. And this is the overall vision of the fund, a project, and Daisy, but it's a long-standing mission of Dr. Anna Becker, which is why she agreed to do this project with Daisy, and giving the masses access to dependable, high-return trading systems. Endotech going public with the target of 500 million assets under management. So how are they going to accomplish this? Well, with an innovative, disruptive model using groundbreaking technology. And I'm going to hand it over at this point to my incredible business partner, Bren, and he is going to dive into that for you. Just one moment while I bring him out onto the panel. If you have any questions while we are going through this, there is a question and answer available. If you pop them into there, it'll help us make sure that we get your questions answered. If anyone has joined, well, I was already diving into the presentation. Welcome. We're thrilled you're here.
Welcome, everyone. Glad to be here and happy to help you capture the next stage of this incredible vision for this company. So I'll just screen share there in a moment. Susan, can you just...
Here you go.
Okay, my friends. So as Susan mentioned, how are we going to accomplish this? What is this model we speak of that's innovative, that's disruptive, that's groundbreaking, that's a bold statement, something that's never been done before? A lot has been done in this advancing age of technology. We're moving at a rapid pace, and those that are adapting are surviving. Those that are not adapting are quickly getting left behind. But with this model, we're already way out in front with a business community with a limitless future called Daisy. And Daisy stands for Decentralized AI System. It's decentralized finance. It's a crowdfunding model that is built on the blockchain for full transparency, public visibility, and traceability of every transaction. So you get to maintain your anonymity while still having transparency. And it uses what's called smart contracts. The simplest way to describe a smart contract is a digital handshake or a digital agreement. It's like a codified law written in code. So the smart contracts, think of it like software that's mounted on the hardware of the blockchain. Whereas traditional banks, TradFi, traditional finance, there's a hidden ledger that maybe a handful of people know about, and the numbers can be easily finangled and misrepresented. You've seen many bank bailouts. You've seen how that's going right now in the world. So there's a lot of global economic uncertainty around that. So how do we have a model that's transparent, that you can trust? And they actually call this a trustless environment, because you don't need to rely on faith. You don't need to rely on belief and hope in a person. This is actually all done fully visible for everyone to see, and all of us have a copy all around the world that want to take a look at every financial transaction that's happening in this model. So this model is currently collecting venture capital for the company you just heard about, Indotech. Why would Indotech, a multi-billion-dollar company with the over $2 billion pre-IPO valuation, why do they need us? Why would they even want us? We'll get into that here in a moment. And so crowdfunders receive equity in Indotech and potential rewards from the trading performance. There's no guarantee that the future performance is going to continue on the trajectory that we have seen. However, this is machine learning. This is something that is designed to improve over time. We're leveraging the power of community, a unified community, people, to back breakthrough fintech, financial technologies, using a model where everybody can win, even passive contributors with profits, equity, and income. And so for you watching this call, wherever you may be in the world right now, when you decide to get involved in this, you can receive potential reward returns in the form of selling Indotech stock in the future. So a portion of your contribution is going to go towards Indotech. This is equity crowdfunding. So it's not donation crowdfunding where you're backing an idea in the mind of an entrepreneur with the startup company. This is an established company that's already worth billions of dollars, and you get to own a piece of that. And you can potentially sell your piece in the future or hold on to it. AI trading rewards from potential performance and successful performance of the AI algorithms as it continues to diversify into multiple financial markets. And so on this blockchain, this screenshot you see in the left-hand side might look a little complex, but it's called a block explorer. TronScan, it allows you to see everything basically for the blockchain of Tron, which this is built on. You can go on there. You can look up the smart contract number that you see right there, that string of characters, and you'll see all the transactions taking place right now. You'll see every dollar moving through this model. And now might be a good time to point out that Daisy is not a trading platform. Daisy doesn't hold any money. Daisy is the means, the mechanism, the transporter of funds. This is how money is moved to the projects that we are crowdfunding. So instead of logging into a website like Kickstarter or Indiegogo or Seed Invest or Start Engine or any other crowdfunding platform, here you're contributing through the blockchain, through a smart contract for everyone. Everyone can see it, and it's moving through these smart contracts to the point where we have attracted now 197,000 contributors, I believe, since January of 2021. We're about to hit 200,000 contributors. So all of this is transparent, and that's what's unique. There's been over $215 million in profits earned by the community, which is a record-breaking number for the world of equity crowdfunding, and over $112 million of profits withdrawn from the trading funds. Crypto AI launched in January 2021, had a pretty good start. Bitcoin took a big drop. We gave some of that profits back to the market. They're now on their 20th iteration of learning. Remember, we're funding a testing and development fund and not a trading platform. This is equity crowdfunding. You're providing venture capital. And so we're very confident that they're going to master and refine the crypto trading, and the performance is already starting to turn around. We're keeping an eye on it, and once we've seen 3 to 6 months of live proven performance, you'll be hearing more about it on these weekly calls. But for now, Everyone has some test funds in there just to keep an eye on it. There's 13 million trading in there. 30 million was moved over into the Forex trading fund to continue to grow. And speaking of Forex, it launched in the 4th of April of 2022 with 50% of the crowdfunding venture capital and was fully live by May. And so this model allows you to contribute to the development of projects. The first one that happens to be Indotech, and receive potential rewards, which is unlike other crowdfunding models. You may have heard in some of our previous videos, usually all you receive in donation crowdfunding is maybe a thank you comment or one unit of the product if it ever happens to make it to market, because there's a 90% failure rate in the first 5 years for startup companies. This is not a startup company. Indotech has been around since 2012. They're well established with billions of dollars connected to their trading strategies. And so there's levels to your contribution. We're going to go into that in more detail. This lowers the financial barrier to entry. Me and Susan was looking at Indotech for many years, and to get access to their institutional grade trading strategies, you're looking at $125,000 annual fee for every $5 million you're trading with. So not everybody has that in their back pocket to deploy in risk capital in something like this. 70% of your contribution from tier 3 onwards is used for the purposes of testing and development. In other words, it goes into live trading for you to earn potential trading rewards, and you get to keep 70% of your profits. Now, that's a very fair number. This is called a performance fee. You may hear it called a profit split, but Indotech only makes money when you make money. It's the primary source of revenue. If anyone has a problem with this, by all means, go out and spend the next 3 to 5 years spending 12 hours a day staring at candlestick charts, trying to master kangaroo tails and long tails and figure out trend reversals and trade yourself and remove your emotions from trading and see if you can do as well as this fund can do. Most people get destroyed and lose the money. I prefer to buy more time by paying a performance fee, and I'm happy to do so. And there's no better team in the world than Indotech and Anna Becker to be overseeing this 24/7 along with their machine learning. So they're a business, not a charity, and every 6 months they keep 30% of the performance. In fact, they only keep 15%. The other 15% goes to the crowdfunding community, which you can tap into as well if you choose to share this model with others. Contributors are rewarded with the piece of Indotech. So Indotech has put forth 5% the value of their company in shares, which you get to tap into. Depending on the size of your contribution will determine how many shares you receive. So here you get to see the crowdfunding tiers and a breakdown of how that works. And the minimum entry is $200. Tier 1 is 200 USDT. USDT is a stable coin. It's tethered to the value of the US dollar. All our step-by-step tutorials will show you how to get your hands on that if it's your first time getting involved in cryptocurrency. But what I want you to pay attention to here is, well, the first column, you'll see the tiers, tier 1, 2, 3, and so on. If you look at tier 2, tier 3, you'll see that they double in value, and they double in sequential order, and they must be bought in sequential order, one after another. You cannot jump ahead and buy tier 7 for $6,400 on its own in isolation. You must own the previous tiers, but any tiers that you do own, you can repurchase them. This is just the way that the capital is distributed into what goes towards equity and what goes into live trading. Once it's in live trading, it's in there. And really the action begins and the fund begins at tier 3, and it's the suggested minimum that we recommend for it to be worth your time, considering taking into account the transaction fees on the Tron blockchain that we're using. And that is tier 3, because if you look at the second column, you'll see that 70% goes into live trading at tier 3 onwards. Also, the very far right-hand column, you'll see that's where you earn your first share in Indotech. And so from tier 3 onwards is where you want to be, and we'll talk about how you can get an extra 20% into live trading while still receiving the same amount of shares in Indotech. And this is a limited time offer that is available until May 31st. And they call them momentum packs, and it places 90% of your contribution into the live Forex trading from tier 3 onwards. So look on the right hand side there. First of all, the first thing you need to understand is that you need to own the tier. You need to have bought it for the first time. But when you go back to repurchase that tier, 90% will go into live trading. And that's a one-time event for tier 3 and 4. And from tier 5 onwards, it can be done an unlimited number of times. You can join Daisy today, buy tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you can sit there and rebuy tier 6 as many times as you want, and 90% will go into live trading. So this is a strategic way and a very time-sensitive way, if you catch this vision, to maximize the amount of capital that you get into this live trading fund before May 31st and put it to work for you. See, the nice thing, as mentioned, is that you still receive the same amount of equity shares as one of those regular tiers that you saw. And here we are, back where we started, at the most important point for you, which, let's be honest, at the end of the day, you want your money working hard for you. It's hard to find vehicles that you can deploy your risk capital, put them to work in a reliable, sustainable way that's built for longevity. Everyone is around the world right now with global macroeconomic events is staring at a red portfolio, no matter what they're in, whether they're in real estate or stocks or whatever they happen to own. There's a lot going south right now, but that's an opportunity if you know when to buy. We don't care if things go up, if things go down. This artificial intelligence, if you read the white paper, you'll realize how advanced it is. It understands how our emotions, whether that's grief, greed, fear, euphoria, or uncertainty, is influencing the financial markets, and it factors that into its decision making. If it's too volatile, it stays out. No 2 days, full disclaimer, no 2 days in the market are the same, no 2 weeks, no 2 months in the market are the same. So don't stare at it and refresh the screen every hour, because some trades last for weeks, as Susan said, some last for days. You have to zoom out and look at annual returns. What you're looking on the screen is an annual return. Don't look at a weekly or a monthly return. You're not getting an accurate representation. You're not letting the law of averages play out. When you allow time in the market, this is what is possible, especially with the compound effect, where the money that your money is earning you more money. And there's very few things out there that's able to do that for you with the real trading company. There's a lot of programs out there that are smoke and mirrors pretending to trade, where they just give you a guaranteed percentage per day. This is a real company. Some days you may have losing days, some days you may have big days, weeks might be quiet. But have patience with the investor mindset. Put the money in here, put it to work, and let it grow. And when you do that, like the $178,000 and $178 million you see along the left-hand side contributed, that has resulted in over $250 million in profits. We're on our way to $1 billion trading fund. $118 million you see has been withdrawn. So if you would like to tap into these types of numbers and even take a moderate amount of capital that you don't need for rent or for food, but something that you can put in here and put growing, then this is one of the most solid vehicles that we have been able to find. We get shown hundreds of projects. Every morning we wake up, our WhatsApp and Telegram is the next shiny object is being dangled in front of our face, but we can smell a BS a mile away. And most of the programs, that's what they are. So if you want to tap into something real, we can't give guarantees. But remember, Indotech is just the first project for this revolutionary crowdfunding model. This is just the beginning and we're just getting started. And so now is the time, my friend. I hope this presentation was valuable for you.